I do know we had 26 assists. I thought offensively, the ball moved. We got good shots, and this is the fourth straight game where our starts have been really, really good. And we've kind of taken their heart for 4 straight games, and that's not easy to do. And our guys have really done a nice job of that, of dictating how the game is going to be played early. And we did that on the island in the tournament, and I thought we did that again to a team that came in here really confident and playing well. So very, very happy. I thought defensively we did a lot of good things. Had some guys have some really special nights. Zane Meeks off our bench had a great night. Jalen Harris continues to, evolve. I think he had 2 or 3 assists shy of a triple-double. Played extremely well. Jazz, scores the ball, and people are obviously preparing for him at a high level. I thought Lindsey did a good job of running the show. Our bench came in and did a lot of good things. I thought KJ and Niz and obviously Zane, but I thought Kane had some really good minutes as well. And Robbie just continues to do what we want him to do. He's been a really good defender for us and has really battled. And JC had a slow start, but I thought did a lot better things in the second half. So really the 9 that were in the rotation, I thought all had a lot of good minutes tonight.
51 rebounds, season high. Was that a point of emphasis coming in, or was it just it's too easy?
No, I just think it's when you get that many rebounds, that means they've missed a lot of shots. So I thought they got some open looks, and we talked about that at halftime, that we had to do a better job contesting shots, and I thought we contested more in the second half. But obviously, if you're forcing misses, that's a good thing. Now you just have to finish the possession you always finish a defensive stop either by a rebound or a turnover. And so, and we struggled with that in October, especially in practice. And I think our guys are learning, they're getting better. What's been exciting is what took place in the island, and now we come back here after 8 days off and played very similar and probably even better tonight than what we were on the island. But the exciting thing is now things happen in a game, and they look over to me and they know what the deal is, and that's exciting because it's starting to sink in of what we want, what we'll tolerate, what we won't tolerate, and that they're thinking about those things, and that's the first thing. Now we got to get them to where they're consistent enough to where now you stop even thinking about it, you just go out and do what you're supposed to do, and that's got to be our next step.
5 players in double digits, 26 assists, like you said. What do you attribute to that offensive outbreak?
Just moving the basketball. I thought we shared it. They full court pressed, and I thought they did a really good job with ball pressure the whole night, and yet we only turned it over 11 times. So if you don't turn it over and you take good shots, this team, we got a lot of guys that can make shots. And so it was a night where we made a lot of shots. We got a lot of open looks because we moved the ball, and that's a good, efficient offense, and we're pretty efficient offensively tonight.
Can you talk about Zane Meeks a little bit and how he's developed, especially?
Well, I thought he had a breakout game and really a couple breakout games on the island in the Paradise Jam, and I think he got some confidence there. And then he came back tonight, and I thought he did a lot of good things. We've been talking to him about defensively and just reaction because, and you saw that tonight on one of the dunks he had. He's much more athletic than a lot of times that he plays, and we've been working with him on just explaining how young players, it takes a little bit of time to figure it out. But he's very, very smart, and he's in a good place right now. He's confident. But he's playing well. He's much more efficient than what he has been. And tonight, he gave us a huge boost off the bench. Obviously, you get 16 points out of one guy on the bench. It's a lot of good things. But I thought he rebounded the ball well, and I thought many more less breakdowns defensively, which is going to be a key for him.
Do you think he was just getting used to just playing at this speed and everything and needed some?
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's a finished product. It's a few games, but that's a start. It's not easy. And I think you get away from home, sometimes that pressure's off of you. We had 4 home games to start, 2 of them obviously against Power 5 schools. So that's not easy as a freshman. And it's not like he was bad. It's just he's a prideful kid. He expects a lot out of himself, which is a good thing. But it's a process. It's a journey. It's not something that just happens overnight. But we've been really pleased with his progress over the last 3 or 4 games.
Coach, offensively, you guys look really fluid out there. Is that just based off of more experience from the guys? It kind of looked like they were gelling a little bit more.
Well, we're getting more games under our belt. I think it's 9, so I think we're 9 games into it. So And you build some confidence when you win a championship. You just do. You know, we went to the island. There were 8 teams there, and only one team came away 3-0. And so you build some confidence with that. They know that they had a win margin of 18. They know that, you know, they went to the island after being smacked by Davidson, and then they went to the island and smacked 3 opponents, because those 3 opponents, you know, for the most part, were never in the game, and that's unheard of. So, and this team, you know, I thought we gave a team that was 8-1 could easily be one of their worst losses of the year as far as margin. So the guys have just got a good demeanor to them right now, but they're going to have to be able to take another punch, because that punch is coming, whether that's Air Force, BYU, whoever it may be down the road. We're going to get punched again, and we've still got inexperience, so we've got to continue. It's what we told them. I called time. There was a timeout, and they had 58, and I said, this isn't the way we guard. We got to work. We got to continue to improve and get better. And over the next 5 minutes, they scored 3 points. So this team can do it. It's just sometimes the light switch goes on, sometimes it's off, and that's what we got to continue to work on. But I will say our guards are playing at a really high level, and that's taking a lot of pressure off our bigs, allowing our bigs to develop at the rate that they need to develop. But those 4 guards of, you know, Niz and Lindsey and Jalen and Jazz are playing at a really high level right now, and not just what they're doing offensively and defensively, but how they're leading. They're doing a really good job of leading this team, and that's big.
What needs to happen to play this way again on Saturday against Air Force?
What needs to happen? Continue to do what we're doing. I mean, we're not gonna. I'm not bewitched. I'm not going to just twist my nose and it happens again on Saturday. We got to do what we do. We got 2 days here. We got to travel tomorrow, and then it's a quick turnaround, because Friday is a quick practice. We'll practice in the morning and Friday, and then we tip at noon. You know, Air Force won at Wyoming today and made 17 threes. You know, so, and Air Force has 3 seniors in the starting lineup. So this is supposed to be Air Force's year. This is what they've been building towards. So this is not an easy start. They've already got a conference game under their belt. We just have to continue to do what we're doing. If we get out of character, we'll get beat. If we don't do the things that we're set up to do, we'll get beat. But I like our chances if we continue to work and do the things that we're supposed to do offensively and defensively.
You talked about the play of Jazz a little bit, and how when he continues to do well, it allows other guys to get open. Well,
and you know, Jazz has 20 points tonight, makes his 4 threes, but has 5 assists, no turnovers, and he's defending. You know, again, I'm looking at stats here, so I'm sorry, but Wirtz has 7 points on 2 for 8, 1 for 6 from 3, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. That was his matchup, and he did the same thing on the island. He was as good a defender as we had on the island, and he was that again tonight. So Jazz gets a lot of credit, obviously, for the way he shoots the basketball, but what I like, more importantly, is how he's leading and how he's defending, because that's become contagious. And now some of these inexperienced guys are figuring that out and working as hard as he is. He's a tireless worker on both ends.
Coach, just from a scheduling standpoint, is it a bit strange to be seeing a Mountain West game in early December coming up?
Well, it's because of what happened in Vegas. Our tournament's been moved up a week because of availability in Vegas. So, and I think that'll happen. I don't know how many Rory may know, every 3rd or 4th year that's going to happen. You know, so this is a year that it happens, and so that's why a lot of the Mountain West playing 2 games, because they're playing tonight. So this was our bye, and that's why Santa Clara was put into this position. So it is different. In my 29 years, I'd have to look back if I've played a conference game this early. It doesn't happen very often. But now as you look at leagues that are going to 20-game schedules in league play, you're seeing a lot of the Power 5 schools are going to be playing games, if not this week, next week, as league play. And so it's not abnormal as it used to be, but it's something that we're not used to. And an inexperienced team, it's a concern, but we're playing well. You know, I like where we're at. We'll see how we do at the academy. It's not an easy place to play, and we've had a lot of battles there when I was at New Mexico. So we know we're going to have to play well, because they're riding high right now, just as we are.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Questions from the players? First off, with you, Jazz, how do you think you guys played tonight?
We played well, but we had lapses where where we got sloppy defensively. We definitely have to clean that up, and we're gonna look at film because we have to continue to grow. We have to continue to get better. This is not the end of it. It's still early in the season, and we have to continue to keep working to perfect our game.
And Zane?
Yeah, like you said, we had some lapses defensively. I think we shot the ball incredibly well tonight. But, defensively, that's our main focus. Offense comes, but, defense is where our main focus is right now.
Zane, Coach Alford just mentioned that your play on the island is really translated throughout the rest of the year. How important was that trip to your overall offensive and defensive plan with me?
The island was incredible. My teammates found me a lot of positions that I was able to score in, and defensively really started picking up the stuff. As a freshman, there's a lot of stuff in college basketball you're not quite used to, for sure. And the island trip was 3 games, and got 3 games in 4 days, and you really got to understand stuff. And coach sat down with me and was like, all right, here's where you're messing up on. This is what you need to correct. And it was nice because I was able to study the film at night, and then the next day have another opportunity, then the next day have another one. So that was a huge trip for me.
These 9 games, you've really shown your presence on both ends of the floor. You can really stretch the floor offensively, and defensively, you bring a really physical presence to the paint. What's your mindset as soon as you enter the game off the bench?
My mindset is try to first of all try to get a rebound. Rebounding is where I'm really trying to work on, and then my first shot not to be anything crazy. Make sure my feet are set. Make it a bunny, nothing crazy.
Jazz, how much did this team come together on the island? It seems like you guys just are a different team since the Davidson game.
I honestly think it happened before the island. Obviously, the games kind of translate, but honestly, it came down to right after the Davidson game. A lot of the older guys got together, and we had a good heart-to-heart and really, came together and really made sure that, we were going to hold everyone accountable, including each other. And, that's what we set ourselves to do, and that's what we've been doing, and it's translating. And I'm hoping that we can keep it up.
Jazz, what do you think has just been working so well for you? You've been put into a different role this year and adjusting very well. What do you think that was working so well?
Just working with the coaches a lot, watching film, watching a lot of film on my own. Because I know that me being the only returner, a lot of people were going to key in on me, so I really had to make sure. I kind of changed my game, and I wasn't just going to be a standstill shooter. So a lot of it comes from, my teammates also doing a good job at finding me. And, I've been working on cutting a lot more, and I just feel confident. So I think that's the biggest thing is, when you're confident, you can play well.
Coach said, this kind of winning is contagious. How do you guys then keep this rolling into Air Force?
Just understanding that, we're still an underdog. We're still hungry. We still have to continue to fight. And everyone's looking down on us, so we have to continue to, push every single day, continue to prove everyone wrong and get better.
Yes, you guys jumped all over these guys tonight and then had 3 huge margins coming off the island. Is there anything in particular that's going on, like in the first 5 minutes of games, or anything you can point to, or is it just one of those things?
Coach did a lot of talking to us about, he would say, about not jabbing at our opponent. We got to come out with that attitude. And we started that after the Davidson game. And that started with the older guys, and the young guys did a good job at, catching on to that. And, it's contagious. We all have that attitude that, we have to win games immediately. And, if we can get rid of teams early, then that's the best thing for us.
Zane, how do you think you've developed as a player just from beginning of season till now?
My main focus has been defense. Shooting, that comes as kind of afterthought, but my main focus has really been defense, and I've done a ton of film sessions with Coach. I'm in there, it feels like 2-3 times a week just trying to figure out everything. The defense out here is a lot different than it is in high school for sure. Everyone's, taller, stronger, more athletic, and so my main focus has been defense. The offense is going to come. I'm not really worried about that.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge for you so far?
Boxing out, that's been the challenge, kind of in high school. You used to just going to get the ball. In college, you cannot just go get the ball. You got to hit and go get, as Coach says all the time.
Any more questions for the players? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.